this channel, so he thinks they're
They
dead.
do. It's just that you guys don't watch everything.
No, they appear off camera during the readings. Y'all don't do them on.
I've had Puppeteen was on about 2 weeks ago.
Was he really?
Yeah.
Oh, shocking. Okay.
Yeah.
Corrected.
Yeah.
I almost got a sandwich puppet off Amazon. I was gonna be like the new Doug Ernst and have the sandwich like.
Here's the issue with you running a puppet channel. You have to be on camera 24/7 with that puppet, and you have to somehow try and share your screen, make the comic go move. The only person who should be on channel because he's not doing shit is Pixel. Because I'm doing all behind the scenes work, so that's the glory. That's the hard part about running that. Sesame Street, those people, the puppeteers, are on the ground the whole entire time. That's all. That's their job.
What? You mean Big Bird's not real? Grover?
Big Bird actually has a brother. He's the fanatic. The Philly fanatic.
Sesame Street for me.
The Philly fanatic. Well, Big Bird is actually a person in a suit.
Big Bird, yeah, Big Bird. I think Snuffleupagus is too, but like Grover they're like two, and all those guys.
Yeah. Yes. But hello to Helium. It's nice to know that you're still alive. We never see you.
I see his stuff pop up every now and then on my YouTube feed.
We'll see you next year for your 1 year appearance. Because that's all we can afford on this channel. But hello to Brian Stam. Hello, and anybody else who's turning in. Just quickly want to remind and just thank everybody here for the 1K subscribers here. It was what's his name? Michael Taylor was the 1,000th subscriber last night. So that's kind of cool. So now we're monetized, and now we can make all the money, all the pennies, because no one watches this much. The ad revenue. What ad revenue? We'll find out. I turned everything on. I was just like, we'll see if we actually get anything from YouTube. Here's your nickel at the end of the month. It's a guy scratched up nickel. Yay! But anyway, we got a special week this way, or at least for me it is, because a lot of cool books out, including one new one I'm really looking forward to, which will be on my pull list tonight. But let's be further ado. Let's get wrapping that. Let's share my screen. We'll get this going. And joining me as always is Eric Breen and Zach. If you disagree with him, you're a birthday clown.
No, we don't call him by that name because that's not his real name. His real name is Birthday Clown.
I watched about half of a Zach video today. He was praising Batman 159.
I saw that he was really liking Absolute Green Lantern. Like the title of the video was "Color Me Impressed" or something.
Intrigued.
Intrigued. That's it.
Yes. I will not make a joke about that. Anyway, who wants to go first this week? Who first of all, I should ask, Breen, do you have a top 5?
Yeah, Breen, do you have a 5 or 4?
Shit, I can do it. I can do a 6 through 10.
Okay.
Oh shoot!
Just want to make sure. How about we start up with Breen this time? Since he's got a 5 now.
All right. Number 5, Geiger. He just passed it.
Well, really? Wow, is that
Geiger's crawling up there, man?
Yep.
I like it.
I wish more people would be buying this, or at least it doesn't seem like a lot of people are buying it, but it does sell at my shop.
Maybe it's starting to sell more.
I know I don't know how many they order, but they never seem to have a lot by the time I get down there to pick up mine. Like, I don't know if it's flying off the shelf or if they're just not ordering all.
The big box store buys about 12 of each cover. If there's like 3 covers, they get 12 each, and maybe 2 or 3 of the 125, whatever they have, anything like that. But Ghost Machine's radioactive renegade faces his most perilous challenge yet as he confronts the devastating chaos brewing in Lewistown, Montana. With his powers spiraling out of control, Tariq must fight to protect himself and his allies and the innocent lives at stake. My salvation might only come with the unexpected aid of the glowing woman. That's right.
Not glowing because she's pregnant either.
Ugh. Radioactive, baby.
Radioactive, baby.
I knew it.
With
I love
tiny
I love
radioactive baby hands.
I love this variant cover. Look at this. We can do
That's
it.
cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I haven't seen that done in 6 months, so now that it's refreshing to see.
When it's done well, it's done well. But when it's like Harley Quinn, I don't give a crap about that.
Well, remember when, like, because Marvel or DC will reuse it every year.
Oh yeah,
for, like Women's History Month or Women's Appreciation Day or something.
You mean birthing person, right?
I said what I said, but
if you're Marvel, you're calling it birthing person.
You're not allowed to come.
I don't know, man. You wouldn't have known on Mother's Day. Yeah. You all the moms that they were posting in their promos. I don't know.
Look at this cover. I love the skulls though. Look at that. That is awesome.
That's pretty cool.
This is
no bones about it.
Yep, Stefano. I got a feeling your bad jokes are gonna pile up tonight.
Why would you say that? Why? Why the lack of confidence?
It's not
so what you're saying is that cover you just showed is basically
the audience.
Zach's jokes. There's just piled up.
It's me standing over the chat as I tell them my 1000th joke.
Yes. Alrighty then. Zach, where are we going to next?
All right. I have 8 books this week. I have navigated through them to try to pick some of the ones that y'all will not have to keep things fresh.
Like Supergirl?
No, I'm not buying Supergirl. What do you think I am? I'm not that depraved.
You said the ones we won't go after.
My number 5 this week is Uncanny X-Men issue number 14.
Oh.
Gail Simone and David Marquez is back on interiors. He's been gone for like the last 4 issues, I feel like.
This one here?
He was like one of the big selling points when number 1 dropped, and so now he's back. So this has been really fun. I am a little bit biased because it takes place in South Louisiana, which is where I live. And so Gail Simone has done her homework, at least in regards to that. All the Louisiana bits are very well written.
And by that, he means she's eating at a bunch of Cajun restaurants.
Listen, as somebody who lives here, that's legit how you get to know it.
So the Young Outliers, is that supposed to be like a take on the New Mutants?
I don't think so. I think it's just a way of differentiating the students from the senior X-Men. Because those are the new students right there. There's Jitter, Death Dream. I keep forgetting the black guy's name. I think it's Ransom. Let me see. I have League of Comic Geeks right here. Hang on. And then the girl, they were saying at first the horse was the mutant because she had a horse. But then it turns out that she's actually a mutant. Her mom just lied to her about being a mutant.
Yeah, I'd read something about that.
Man-Thing's in this one. That's right, because at the end of the last issue, Man-Thing showed up. So Man-Thing is in this issue.
Ugh.
So Uncanny X-Men, Ransom. Yeah, that's the guy's name.
I love how that's crap. Jeez.
Yeah, and that's like a little flashback story they started telling in the last issue.
Yeah.
This woman comes down from, I think, Chicago to help with like a mutant underground railroad type deal. Not her. I don't know who that is.
Here's the cover you want to get, though.
Which one?
X-Men 97.
This is a pretty great one. So yeah, last issue, what happened was the students took off to explore like an underground cave that had some like bad juju or voodoo or something, and I forgot what the adults were doing.
It says, won't you read the description? Does it tell you?
Go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say, doesn't it tell you?
Oh, you want me to? Oh, okay. The Uncanny X-Men thought that Haven House was a safe place, a place to call home. But is it more than that? What is the history of the hidden landscape under the Louisiana swampland? There is nothing. We're below sea level. And what does it want with the young outliers? Long-held secrets revealed, and a part of X history never before shown threatens to break both teams apart. Legacy sells the book. Not really. But
I'm going to tell you right now.
Good. It has been good, though. I will say, of all the X books that are out there, this has been, of the ones I've read, this has been the best one.
Zach, there's a reason why you think that, but there's nothing underneath, swamps,
We don't have anything underneath us. It's all water.
That's false. We always thought that Florida didn't have caves, but it did. It was clearly, revealed in Miss Marvel, at least two issues back in the 70s. So you could have something in there. And what they're saying was under the Louisiana swampland, well, that would be the man thing.
That would be the man thing. You're correct.
Yes,
that would be the man thing.
No,
as will be seen in this.
Yeah, but it looks like zombies coming out of the ground because they're there.
Could be zombies, could be nightmares. That's like one of the goth kid's power. It has to do with like evil spirits or nightmare spirits.
Is the kid in the middle? Is his name Crescent?
No, that's Ransom.
Ransom.
The black kid in the middle is Ransom. He's got like super strength.
But why does he have a moon like that? Like he's like
no idea.
Hunter's Moon's son?
No idea.
Michael B. Jordan's son?
They have not discussed his parentage.
Every time they draw a black kid on Marvel does this, they give him the same hairstyle. You notice that? Miles Morales, they give it to Static Shock. Obviously that's DC, but still, it just feels like
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it just like, can you like not draw that and draw something else? Because not every kid that's black has that same hairstyle.
That is true. He has a black hole in place of his heart. That's his superpower.
Why don't they just start giving him Afro puffs like all the girls?
Every
black girl in a comic book now has Afro puffs.
Yeah,
everyone.
Oh yes,
girls, not women, but every girl
except Storm. Storm's the exception.
No, girls. Girl characters.
Moon Girl
all have Afro puffs.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, who? There's Moon Girl. Ironheart doesn't have Afro puffs, does she?
She's
Ironheart didn't. I could be wrong. I haven't seen her in a comic though in a while. So I'm sure she'll get one soon.
Didn't Naomi also have it for a while too?
No, Naomi did not.
No. Oh, Shazam's younger sister.
The younger sister.
It's fair. I mean, obviously, I don't mean that literally, but vast.
I know, but now you've got my brain thinking.
I think Teen Lantern doesn't she?
Yeah,
possibly. But yeah, it's been an interesting book though. I've been liking it. You try it out. Some of the past issues have been really, really good. Some have been less good, but so far it's been very enjoyable. That's one of the few in canon Marvel books that I'm reading. So.
I read a good Gail Simone book today.
Secret Six?
Birds of Prey.
Birds of Prey.
It's not Secret Six.
Well, no, but it could have also been. That would have been a correct answer, but it was Birds of Prey, not Secret Six that I read. So
yeah,
gotcha. I gotcha. Cool.
Alrighty then. I guess we'll go to mine. My number 5.
Yes, we will.
My number 5 is a book that you probably sort of like shocked it's that high on my list. It's a good writer. I've been enjoying him for a while, his work and stuff. My number 5 is Aquaman this week. Not because it's a bad book, because there's a lot of good books coming out this week, and I go by what I enjoy the most. Have the fun with. It says escape from the Ultramarine. Arthur's quest to save his people has hit a devastating dead end, but hope is not lost. Together with the wizard Arian, Aquaman must channel the incredible power of Thalassa, the Tri-Land Saber. Thalassa. The Tri-Land Saber to escape the dungeon barge, descending into the blue and uncover the last desperately needed clue to save the people of Atlantis. But floating amongst all this blue appears to be a shimmer of green. Will it be Swamp Thing helping him out?
Man Thing, Swamp Thing, all
Man Thing's Marvel. Sorry. Yeah, liking the covers, So, we got the Lori Lamaris.
That is not a good cover.
It's okay. Compared to what we've seen before.
I like it.
It's not them like doing a History Month thing and stuff. Mara looks a little strange, but like the sharks, like the detail on except for that AI hand. Woof, almost it looked weird. His right hand. This was stupid.
To the left.
This person needs whoever designed this is Danielle.
It's almost got a Nick Dragotta vibe to it, but it misses it by just
of Oliver Queen was Aquaman.
The sharks all have serious underbites.
Yeah.
They should all talk like Thurston Howell the Third.
Those are piranhas.
Those are piranhas, yeah. But
piranhas all have. If this was decent art, I probably would have be able to tell.
Excuse me.
Yeah. And this is the 1 in 25 Mario Fox.
Right.
Yep.
The hand looks all like warped.
Because it's in water, right? Everything.
I understand that. It just looks weird.
Honestly,
the regular cover's the best.
Yep.
I think so.
It is John Timms.
John Timms, the goat.
Yeah.
Interior.
The only one I know is Elizabeth Torque. I don't recognize.
I don't even know. What does Elizabeth Torque even do? Like, does she just do covers?
Just covers.
That one's not great.
Yeah. That's why it's a variant.
Yeah.
All right. That is my number 5 this week.
And Aquaman did not make mine.
Oh, no.
Yes.
My number 4, and this is why. My number 4 is Green Hornet and Miss Fury.
Ooh.
Because it's the last issue, so I'm expecting it to pack a punch. Otherwise, it would have been Aquaman and Geiger would have been knocked out.
I'm wondering if it'll come out this week because the last one just came out last week.
Well, the last one's 3 weeks late, so hopefully they're on track. So that's.
Did I pass it up?
No, unfortunately. Scrolling.
There it is. Yes. Very fun book.
In a world where the end is near, cornered and defeated, the Green Hornet, Kato, and Miss Fury must put their differences aside and join forces once again when the true villain pulling the strings behind the scene is finally revealed. But can they overcome their own fears and shared past to save the city? The city from a fate worse than death. Find out as the pulp hero team of the century concludes in the Green Hornet Miss Fury number 5, officially entered into evidence by Alex Segura, Henry Barbarge, and Federico Speranza, with editing by Joseph Corallo. And courtroom sketches by a bunch of people I don't care about. Right.
Courtroom sketches. That's clever.
Jacob Edgar is a pretty cool artist. He's very, he's kind of like Chris Samney or Darwin Cook-esque.
All I know is that this cover here, Miss Fury, looks like she's going to get held back a little bit.
Miss Fury looks like
Wildcat. That's a man, baby.
Looks like Wildcat with a clean shave.
It looks like she's had a mastectomy, only has one boob.
Yeah, I mean,
I couldn't see it. When I first saw it, I was like, whoa.
There's some heavy shading there that could have been corrected.
Could have got rid of. The Jay Lee variants, whenever I see it, it's like, oh, this is what it looks like if we wanted to have somebody who aliens.
Like, that's actually not bad. As far as Jay Lee covers go, that's probably one of his better ones, in my opinion.
Jay Lee is a person I would give. You want to do a cover for like Martian Manhunter? Because he draws those weird kind of links.
Yeah.
It'd be something like that. Him drawing normal people, it just looks weird. The gothic horror, though, like the statue, the gargoyle, looks good.
People seem to like the funhouse mirror of himself that he's become. because
so.
his cover, he's very in demand cover artist. All of his limbs are elongated and misshapen, but that seems to be what his fan base likes. Like, I
look
like
at this
that cover.
Jonathan
Simple.
Case. This is
It's pretty good.
it's almost like a Scott Campbell.
It looks like no, not Scott Campbell. I think
No,
it looks
with
a little
the-
like Laniel Francis Hugh a little bit.
I'm not going by the face. I'm going by the boobs.
I'm just going by the coloring.
Then we have the Jacob Edgar.
Hey, this
Jay
guy's
Edgar.
good. I like him.
He got off his ass and started knocking on doors. Jay Edgar. So, and then there's a black and white cover E. There's a variant for cover F. Black and white for G. Yeah, 1 in 15 virgin covers. Yeah. Every time I still get the Miss Fury there, she looks like they're. Remember when Selena was black? That's what it looks like. They started drawing her like that. But honestly, good book. I hope it lands the ending. Alrighty then. Where are we going to next?
We're gonna go to Mad Cave Studios because Jeremy Adams has 3 books this week, and
I know,
they're
right?
all on my list. What's that?
I said, I know, right? He's got 3 books. Well,
3.
technically, the Green Lantern Corps isn't him at all.
Well, he's got 2.
Yeah, he's
The
got
Green
2.
Lantern Corps is him. He is the first writer.
No, he's
He right down there.
he's the plotter at best.
His is the first name that comes up.
That's because he's got a name. The other guy doesn't.
Yeah.
Or Morgan Stanley, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah.
We're not even going to Green Lantern though. We're going to
I know.
Flash Gordon.
Because you're putting Green Lantern Corpse ahead of Flash Gordon.
Yep.
Hey, look at this.
Because
Look at
Green
this.
Lantern Corps is actually it's really good.
Well, it's going to focus more on John Stewart for the next couple of issues.
That's fine. It's Green Lantern Corps. If you want Hal Jordan, there's Green Lantern. So, I mean, it's not like they're hiding that, what it's about. But anyway, we can talk about that later.
Well, I'm just saying I wouldn't want Jeremy Adams on it then if it's just John Stewart, unless he's writing the John Stewart part, not somebody else.
John Stewart. Okay. Flash Gordon, the book that I'm trying to get us to.
Save the viewers.
Wait a minute. So you're saying keep interrupting you? Is that what you're saying?
Did you know that this is Flash Gordon?
Well, maybe if we let Zach talk.
Okay. Zach, is this Flash Gordon?
It won't be if Dale Arden has her way with that knife pointing at the back of his neck.
Is it really even her, though?
Is it even her? Is she a Skrull? I don't know. But
Is she a dude? Pretend to be a girl.
probably not. Last issue was Flash and his allies sneaking into this castle to rescue Dale from this sleazy, corrupt guy who's kind of taking Ming the Merciless's place. But it looks like Dale has either been brainwashed or just really hates Flash for some reason.
I think definitely brainwash if it's her.
I'm leaning towards brainwashing, but we'll see. This has been really fun. It's a nice, refreshing sci-fi book that's not Marvel or DC. It's the art from Will Conrad has been awesome. It's a lot of fun. It mixes the humor with the action, with drama, suspense. It's very well done. This is one of Mad Cave's best books that they have going on right now, which is saying a lot because they've had some good ones, some really good ones lately.
Yeah, at the end of the last book, we have the scientist who's conscious inside the robot.
Yeah, that guy.
He's now
the
coming.
big winged guy, the big like Hawkman Viking dude.
Yep.
So,
it's almost like we're not reading the book because we don't remember the names.
I know. Well, you can always go back and reread them and get the names. Look, I can tell you. Hang on, give me a second. I bet you I'll find his name. Hang on.
They only have Dale Arden.
Dale Arden's the princess.
About
Prince Voltan is who I'm talking about.
Had this been written by anybody else, it would have been 2 guys, Flash and Dale.
Chip and Dale.
Anyway,
that is my number 4, Flash Gordon. But yeah.
It says the spacefaring and an action-packed adventure continue. A long-awaited reunion turns a deadly trap as someone from Flash's past reveals their true intent. Can anyone be trusted?
It's 2009 Marvel all over again. Who can you trust?
Surely trusting sidekick, right?
Maybe, but don't call me Shirley.
Certainly. And then here's the other cover. The Marika, not Tamaki cover.
There's
Marika
another
Cresta.
Marika?
Marika Cresta.
Oh.
Yes. And all right. That was your number 4. But real quickly, let's check out the polls for Brian Sam, since we haven't had any chats since then. Some people watching. If you haven't done so, please click like and subscribe and do all that fun stuff. He says he has Green Hornet as his number 5, and Batman Dark Patterns is his number 4.
Nice.
I'll read up the rest when we get to the numbers. But my number 4 for
He's
this
got
week.
6 there. You didn't notice that, right?
Why does he have 6? This is a top 5.
It's just, well,
Maybe he's only getting
doing his
6.
polls.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know. Yeah. Okay. I thought he just said a top 5.
We're obligated to give our top 5. They aren't.
That's true.
Well, normally when people would drop a top 5, that's I did not go through all of it. I just saw the first 2, and I figured it was 5 and 4.
And not unless there's a Wolverine Dick Tracy team up. That would be cool.
That would be cool.
A lot of yellow.
And Wolverine and Dick. That's what I want.
A lot of yellow.
I want to be different. You are. You're here. You're actually commenting. No one else is.
Brian.
No one else is commenting.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Tahilm left. So, Brian, you're it.
So this stream's just for you. All right. My number 4 this week is Transformers number 20. I just having fun with this. We got Shadow of Megatron. We got Starscream looking freaking out. And he's just a complete mess. Other covers we got in here too. We have looks like the Thiago da Silva. This looks like the new Transformer.
Yeah, it looks like that new one that Daniel Warren Johnson.
So he's releasing. So this is exclusively through 616 Comics online. You can have 2 books with the connecting covers. Then there's the chibi one.
I want it. That's cool.
Why aren't these released in little figurines?
Why don't I have pop figures of all of these?
There we go. Then a Clayton Crane Webster Virgin variant.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Then we have the Jorge Corona cover B cover.
Love some Corona.
And yeah, I forget what his name is, but that was the spaceship guy.
Jetfire.
And there we go.
Wow, it's clean.
Yep. Megatron with one arm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I dig that one.
Howard Porter.
Howard Porter.
7 power. 150. This is really cool. I like this. Raymond Bermudez. Yeah, so those are the covers for tonight. But it says, what's next for Optimus Prime? Well, he's going to get paid by Amazon, right? Amazon Optimus Prime. The Autobots revive a group of allies who could change the tide of their war with the Decepticons. But they don't know who or what is coming for them. This issue features key first appearances from fan favorite characters from the world of Transformers and G.I. Joe. That's right. Do we have I believe it was Hound, right?
Hound was in the free comic book day, yeah.
I wonder if Hound will make appearance along with our buddy Klitsch. We don't know. But I'm looking forward to it, though. That is my number 4 for this week. Alrighty then, Mr. Breen.
Well, no need to go looking for it because my number 3 is Flash Gordon. So to Zach we go.
To me, we go, and we will not spend very much time on my number 3 because even though I tried, inevitably there is going to be some crossover. My number 3 is another Jeremy Adams book, and it is one that RDV has already graced our screen with, which is Aquaman issue number 5.
All right,
is a great book.
My number 3 is a book that I know neither one of you are pulling on your list this week. A brand new Robert Kirkman book. Invincible Universe
is it finally coming out?
Yep. The best new, not quite a superhero series in the universe. Cursed with an unquenchable thirst for violence, Battle Beast searches the universe for the one warrior mightier than him, and a glorious death is only reward. But even in the universe of mighty Viltrumites like Invincible and Omni-Man, it seems like no one may be able to stop the galaxy's deadliest warrior until he does the unthinkable. Superstars Robert Kirkman and Ryan Ottley present the most demanded Invincible story of all time, revealing the secret story of Battle Beast. An origin story. That's perfect for any longtime fan. No spoilers, and new readers alike. So, we got Russ Wuntun doing some coloring on it. Or not, lettering. He's the letterer. Yeah. David Finch doing a cover too?
David Finch. I like the Finch. Oh, that's crazy.
Nope. With Invincible, Adam Eve, and the Guardians of the Globe.
Explode. No, not again.
Spoilers.
Spoilers. It's been out for months.
But no, I know. But I mean, like, if you were in the comic book. Yeah. The show did Rex dirty, though.
I mean, that's what I heard.
Compared to the comic book. Finally, he's happy, and then, like, no. So, multiple covers. Which one will you grab? One with the giant snake.
Oh, the snake one does look pretty cool.
Then there's okay. Well, no one's gonna spend $30 on this.
That one looks a little, I don't know,
a little bloody.
Right? That one just looks off. Can't quite put my finger on it.
These are the Diego da Silva. These are the online covers. Web stores. There's a David Finch. It's a variant art. And there's a blind bag, which I'll be grabbing. Because we don't know what's in there. We just know it's cover. Hopefully some of your trading cards would be kind of cool. Robert Kirkman, yep. Like I said, I'm looking forward to this. This looks fun.
Nice.
Ryan Ottley, for those who are like, okay, who is this guy? Well, this Ryan Ottley was on Invincible. He was also took over for Incredible Hulk, was forced to when Cates went into, I guess, rehab or something. Like he left the Hulk book.
Yeah.
So he was like forced to try and like finish the book, so it wasn't so he got a bad rap for that. But this guy is very passionate, and I love the thing about Ryan Ottley. He's a fan. He's a comic book fan, and he has no problem with interacting with the fans online and talk to them. He doesn't disrespect it. Doesn't go about the politics and all that crap. He just
also, his art on Spider-Man was darn near perfect.
Yes. So
the writing wasn't, but his art was perfect.
I think he did that with Nick Spencer, right?
I think it was Spencer, yeah.
Yeah. But that is my number 3 for this week. All right. So we're starting off. We got Brian had his number 6 was Green Hornet. Batman Dark Patterns was his number 5. Absolute Batman was his number 4. And his number 3 is Space Ghost.
Coast to Coast?
No. The ghost with the most. All right, Mr. Breen.
Number 2.
2.
Yes. 5, 4, 3, 2. Dick Tracy. Only number 2 because my favorite indie book, my 3 favorites are all out this week.
Nice. Big week for Breen.
You just passed my dick. There is my dick.
Usually when people say number 2, they don't mean dick.
Yeah, this is the week we find out who the
Blank
villain actually is. Who is the Hulk? Why is the blank?
Mystery sells the book.
Well, or you could just go back to West Coast Avengers #1 when they fought the blank.
Yes.
Good.
Yes,
Although
yes.
the blank here looks more like the Western Ghost Rider that didn't treat Mockingbird the best.
But this is just a terrific series. If it had the same caliber of art that Space Ghost and Flash Gordon had,
Mhm.
I think this would be my #1 book.
Who is the blank? In a world as the city grapples with a spree killer.
The city grapple. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, he doesn't like sprees. Expanding his reach from 2-bit thugs to innocent bystanders, Dick Tracy must use every tool available to figure out the true identity of the blank. Before the unthinkable happens, and the killer targets someone with Tracy's and within Tracy's inner circle. The noir reimagining of Dick Tracy continues to surprise and shock and awe readers, new and old, as the second arc of the series reaches its fever pitch.
It's got a fever. Its only prescription is the blank revealed.
That's right, new and young people like Dick. You should be buying Dick. You should be pulling this every week when it comes out. All right. Anything to say about this, Dick?
This is
That we
the
should
only
put it
time
away.
I will. This is the only time I will pay for Dick. Wait, what?
It must be good Dick.
It's-
Ah.
It is great, Dick.
Yeah, da. Most unfortunate, but agree. All right. Going on.
Good Lord.
Zachary, you're #2.
Zach,
My #2.
Zachary, are you pulling this Dick?
No, my #2 is going to make that dick shrivel and hide because it is absolutely Batman #8, where it is very cold because of Mr. Freeze. We know that cold is not nice to dicks.
Oh, it's a Wendigo.
Yes, this is the first full appearance
My
of
dick
the
will
new
piss
Mr.
all
Freeze.
over your Batman.
Absolute Batman.
Yes.
We've got the new Mr. Freeze who looks to be much more nightmarish than the original Mr. Freeze. This is his son, actually. This is Victor Freeze Jr.
Kind of looks like Jay Lee's normal drawing style for a
Yeah, I
while.
know, it kind of does, actually. Sadly, Nick Jagoda is not on this issue. There's somebody else.
Wait, there's a chance it might be good art.
Ooh.
That is a Nick Jagoda cover, but it is...
Marcos
Oh,
Martin.
no, it's Marcos Martin, so no, bring back Nick.
Here's Marcos Martin, the interior artist.
Yeah,
Who's
that's
the
the
editor
interior.
check?
Isn't that a bad interior?
Oh, the
Huh?
editor chick?
Sabrina
Is
Fudge?
Sabrina Fudge.
Oh, that's a nice photo, but she looks pretty.
Yeah.
Keyword he says she because that's not always the case.
Next to young Jack Nicholson there.
Oh my gosh, right? Every time I see him, Clayton Cowles. Kate Cooper looks like she's middle age. Poor kid. And then you Andrew Dice Clay. All right. But look at this, man. There you go. It's Puppetine.
It's pretty cool. Pretty creepy. I dig it.
Yeah, this is the Brian Bowling cover.
Uh,
Look at Batman on a motorcycle. $20. Buy it now.
Oh, yay.
You know what that's
Dark Knight
homaging,
Returns
don't you?
homage.
Yes,
Huh?
the Dark Knight Returns.
Yes.
Great color.
One
But he's
of
on a
these days, that
motorcycle.
lightning's going to actually strike him.
Yes.
Another Batman Dark Knight Returns homage.
Look, it's a Bruno. Look,
Bruno Redondo.
we don't talk about Bruno.
He was the best part of Tom Taylor's Nightwing.
It's Marcos again.
So yeah.
Do not like that guy's art.
Look at this one, Ramon Villalobos.
Not a
Screw
fan.
him.
Not a fan.
But look at
Why does he have a tail?
no, that's
Why does he still get work? Oh, that's right. He hates the right people.
I don't know why he's a tail.
That's weird.
Something wrapped around him.
So yeah, Batman in the fight of his life. Hey, look,
Yannick Paquette.
yeah, Perquet's pretty good. That's a dude
look,
that came to Gotham.
Are you saying there's multiple Batmans, or it's all his capes?
If you don't have Yannick Paquette drawing hot babes on a cover, he's wasting his time.
Yeah.
My question is, who did it worse? Todd McFarlane or this guy with the cape?
I think they're good. I like
Look how
it.
long this cape is, dude.
Yeah. So it's gotta be.
It's like you
You see how heavy that guy is? You know how big of a wingspan he would need to glide?
Are you saying that he's a Bane?
No, Bane is in the next issue.
He's the Bane of his existence.
So anyway, Batman is gonna fight this new Mr. Freeze, or at least confront him.
On a motorcycle going through.
Also, what terrifying truth will be unearthed about Arkham and Joker? Question mark. Joker is probably coming.
Joker's probably dead.
No, he's not. He can't be dead. That would be weird.
That's one thing. Joker's been drawn every which way, stylized. How are they going to make him different from this one? And if they do, it's going to be a shock.
Look how they made Mr. Freeze different.
Well, it's not Mr. Freeze; it's his son.
But he still has the name Freeze. Like, it says Mr. Freeze in the...
Because he's a legacy character, bro.
Oh, my gosh. Anyway, I'm done. That's my number 2, Absolute Batman.
Don't worry. I think someone else had Absolute Batman. Oh, yeah, this is Brian's jam.
Brian did. Brian is cool.
All right. Boo, you look like normal guys. Where are the puppets?
Thank you. See? That's what I said, Melted Copper.
They're only on for special occasions. They're not always on. But actually, if anything, if you want to find the puppets, look at the TV show reviews. That's where they all are. They never really were on this. This is the humans part. So, anyway, that is your number 2.
2.
Yeah, right. Going to my number 1. Actually, no, that was my number 2. Yeah, because Breen started us off. My number 2 we already talked about, and it's Dick Tracy. Let's go to Zach. Breen, what's your number 1?
I'll say you're not going to Zach.
Space Ghost.
I had a feeling.
He's going coast to coast.
That's it's a little higher on the list. And beat out Gwenpool number 1.
Nice. As it should.
Yes. This issue, Ghost Planet lies in ruins of the verge of the total collapse. And the Council of Doom, stands triumph, while Space Ghost clings to the life and very edge of oblivion. Is this the end of our heroes? Written by David Punisher Pepos, for both ways. And drawn by Dynamite superstar Jonathan Lau. Issue number 1 features an array of the most incredible artists in the known galaxy. Bjorn Behrens, Francisco Matino, Jay Ligon, and Anthony Marquez. I mean, this is I guess whose cover was this again? The main cover artist? That is that's Francisco Matino. Whenever I see these covers, I keep thinking it's Lucio Perillo. Because he does all this stuff, like the 3D kind of like painting kind of this. But I don't think they're painting it. I think they're just using digital art.
Yep, I'm just looking for the one that looks the most retro.
This is it, bro.
That was pretty good.
No, that's the Jay Lee.
I know.
No, the one next, the not that one, the other one. There's a 4th one. That one.
Go.
That one's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's what I will get if it's there.
Anthony Marquez.
I like it.
Yeah. Coming soon. The Anthony Marquez looks really cool.
Christ.
So apparently this is in 2 people's wish list and 53 polls. I never noticed this back here. It actually tells you how many people pulled this cover.
Nice.
The same with the first one. First one's 2,166 people pulled this, and it's on 77 people's wish list. Nice. So, all right, that is your number one for this week.
Yes, sir.
Zach.
All right. Number one, the third Jeremy Adams book of the week, Green Lantern Corps. We're on issue number 4. And it is not a John Stewart story, by the way. We are looking at Guy Gardner and Simon Baz, who is on the spotlight this week. Guy Gardner gets partnered up with a new partner who he's determined to keep out of the way. And Simon Baz is watching Teen Lantern, who's showing signs of strain during the rebuilding of Oa. So we're also going to see some Jessica Cruz. We're going to see some Kilowog. We're going to see some of Ellie Stewart, who is John Stewart's little kid sister hologram.
Is that Karma?
What's that?
Nothing.
So this is great. If you miss the Jeff Johns days of the Green Lantern Corps, or what's his name, Peter Tomasi or Robert Venditti, this is the book for you. Between this and the regular Green Lantern, it is a good time to be a Green Lanterns fan.
Before this series even came out, I forgot about Simon Baz because that's how little of a character he is.
Well, you didn't read a lot of them during New 52, I'm sure.
I did read the Green Lantern Corps. That's all I knew
I
about.
I didn't read about him in the Green Lantern Corps. He had like his own book.
He was in one of them
Who's Simon?
Simon.
Yeah.
Green Lanterns. It was he and Jessica.
Green Lanterns. That's what it was.
Yeah, he and Jessica were the two partners.
Yeah,
that's a pretty cool cover. I like the John Boy Myers one a little bit more.
But Jessica's always been more intriguing than Simon. Simon just seems like another token character.
Simon's kind of cool because Simon Simon has this one thing in common with there's an alien Green Lantern, and he and Simon have this in common. They do not use the ring for their primary offense. There's an alien who will just punch people. He doesn't.
Yeah, Simon uses guns like a terrorist.
And Simon uses just a regular gun. I find that interesting personally.
You know what he is? He's the Red Hood.
Fine. Everybody uses the ring differently. It's okay.
Until they change his name to Green Hood.
So this has been a lot of fun. Jeremy Adams has got some great stuff going on in the cosmic side of DC. I highly, highly recommend it. And it's only issue 4, so you don't have far to catch up if you haven't been reading it.
Yeah.
So that's my number 1.
Cool. Alrighty then. We'll go to my number 1 here. And we're just going to scroll down because it's down here. Batman Dark Patterns number 6. It's just been an awesome new way of looking at Scarface. We've had Scarfaces here throughout the years, but this was actually a clever way to do this. This is Dan Waters writing this, drawn by, I believe, Hayden Sherman. Yes. I have no tongue, and I must scream. The fires of the unrest burn bright and terribly, with Scarface still evading capture, and the violent riot of the tower getting even worse, with no end in sight. Batman must turn toward a most unlikely ally. In his time of need, will the Dark Knight heal this terrible wound, or will Gotham descend further into chaos? Here's the Ashley Wood cover, too. You haven't seen this one. Which is frightening. But I love it, though. It's like, I think it's drawn a little bit better than the original one.
Ooh, is that a 1 in something, or is that just the hard stock?
That's a cover B.
Ooh, I'm definitely getting that one. I'll pay an extra $1.
Right?
As
I say, the way it's drawn, it just looks real great. Reminds me of the old school covers they used to do. So, but that is my number 1 for this week, sir. I think we already did yours, right? Yeah, the last one. All right then. Alrighty then.
Please don't be any trades I want.
You know what surprises me is Ultimate X-Men. I forgot about that. Like I dropped that like almost 8 issues ago.
Yeah, about the same. Yeah, I got like 5 issues in.
And
I dropped
it's in the number 2 spot this week for polls. It beat all Transformers.
People like the Peach Momoko, man. God bless them. It's not for me, but
yeah. And then here's Miles Morales Spider-Man, who's down there. Like even wow.
Ultimate Black Panther. I may pick up Ultimate Black Panther this week because it looks like he and Storm are finally getting together. Maybe. I like the Storm Black Panther pair, so we'll see.
Like I said, some other books coming out this week. The new Superhero coming out this week as well.
King Spawn.
Booster Gold makes its first appearance in the X Factor.
Red Hulk has been really good. I've heard Benjamin Percy's Red Hulk series has been good. There's a new X-Men book, Godzilla versus X-Men.
Yeah, it looks like the Jim Lee Lexan.
It's the it looks like it's the X-Men '94, like the animated game.
Yeah.
So I may pick that one up.
Which is the Jim Lee X-Men.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's Fabian Nicieza, right?
Yeah. So they actually have someone who actually wrote the X-Men back in the day.
Yeah. I may pick that one up too. I kind of wanted to check out that Doctor Strange of Asgard book, but I'm gonna
hey, look, Fire and Ice when hell freezes over. We didn't mean it literally. Now bring it back. Yeah, I was a fashion school serial killer. I don't even.
Fire and Ice doing better than Dick Tracy and Flash Gordon.
I know, isn't that crazy? You know, Silverhawks is supposed to come out number 5. Yeah, I don't think it's going to come out though. Usagi Yojimbo, one of the most famous characters of its day, is struggling to make it into even the top 10. I'm shocked that you guys did not even put Huck in your pull list.
It's on my pull list. On my top 5.
Yeah.
I forgot that there was a new Huck coming out. I'm hoping my LCS pulled it or ordered it.
Huck, the Big Bad World by Mark Millar.
It didn't make this, but I think Pastime's supposed to come out tomorrow too. I looked that up.
Yes, Pastimes as well is coming out this week too. After being exposed as a superpowered person hunting down the doctor who gave him and his mother their powers, it would seem that like Huck could finally get it back to the simple life he'd come to love, making folks in a small town feel safe and cared for by doing one good deed a day and being the real change anyone would want to see in the world. And then a mysterious man tells him that he and his mother aren't the only super people out in the world. Many are hiding just like him.
Huck was one of my favorite characters. So I hadn't read him prior to Big Game, and then because
I wonder if this is a prequel to Big Game.
I don't think it's a prequel. I think
or it's him just discovering more Kryptonians like him.
I think it's a secret. I think it's a sequel. It comes after Big Game. And Raphael Albuquerque.
Yep.
More Jay Lee. I don't care for this one.
The Hamburglar.
The face that he has. I know it's a perspective thing, but
it's three guys. It's 3 guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care for this cover so much. Sorry, Mr. Lee.
Goku is an old man, right?
I get the concept, but I'm just not a fan.
And there's the black and white one. So honestly, I love the black and white just as much as I love the colored one as well.
I don't know why it's not bad.
The Jay Lee one, it shouldn't even be down there. That's when you can't get a good artist. But yeah. So the Raphael Albuquerque is doing the cover here. Honestly, I look forward to it. So let's go with this. I hope this turns out to be my number 1. It wasn't on my top 5 this week because I figured Zach had it on there, so I left it up purposely.
I forgot that this was coming out. I haven't seen Mark Millar comment or talk about it at all, so I just completely forgot about it.
All right, so let's see here with Melted Copper. Thanks for watching, man. If you're still watching, it says I'm mostly stoked for a new Spawn film to hear. John Leguizamo cry for 6 months about being cast again. Yeah, that guy's kind of a weirdo.
His best role was a talking sloth in Ice Age.
Whenever someone brings him up, it's like, oh, it's Luigi. That's what he is to me. Or he's the pest.
He's Sid the Sloth. He wasn't even a good Luigi.
His claim to fame, honestly, for his best stuff was being Sid the Sloth in the Ice Age mode.
It really is. That's his best series of films.
The Batman ICP Joker from the cartoon OS or is clearly the best Joker, like Marilyn Riddler Manson wasn't dated either. I'm not sure what that last part means.
Mm.
Did someone reference Dick Tracy, who is being held hostage by Warren Beatty? It's somehow sad and funny.
Maybe the movie rights, maybe? For
Am I
being
right?
no reference?
Isn't Warren Beatty dead?
I don't think so.
No.
He's got to be an age, isn't he?
I mean, he's probably up there, but I
He
don't
looked
think
pretty
he's
old
dead.
when that movie came out. So he looked like he was in his 40s, the 90s.
Well, he was in his 50s.
He was in his 50s. Wow.
Yeah, he's close to 90 now.
Wow. But
Jeez.
yeah, this is coming out this week, and then I think there was one more. I don't know if you got all of it. Let's go quickly scroll through them in case you forgot one, Breen.
DC versus Vampires. Witchblade.
Witchblade's been a great series so far.
Yeah, he's 88.
Wow, Margaret Bennett has been writing that
Hawks.
series. One Piece is out,
One Piece.
and then we also have Past Time was mentioned. We have The Cold Witch, A Tale of the Shroud College. So,
Gotcha, man.
I wonder if that's good. Okay, but I've never read this one, the Batman Legend of the Dark Knight Halloween special.
Is that not just the issue that takes place over Halloween?
I've never read it, so I mean, it's I know it's Jeff Loeb, Tim Sale. It's a repeat. Or
There it is. I must have missed that when I was looking.
which one? This one?
Four?
No, Pastime.
That's it. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, it's coming out this week as well. Grim Tales of Terror, a new one coming out as well, and Marvel Team Up 14.
Wow, they're reprinting that one? Oh, nice.
So it looks like
If I see that, I may pick it up because, I mean, I'll never find the original.
I have it collected. I think it's in the compendium. I think
Oh,
so.
the Marvel Team Up?
It
Or
might
the
be.
Spider-Man ones?
It might be in there, and I'm not sure because of the rights. Because when they put the compendiums out for Invincible, I don't know if they had the rights. Kirkman had the rights to this, where he wrote it, but it is his character though.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they included it or not because of the rights issue.
I
But
don't know.
also, for some reason, this book's coming out again. Hot Valley Days and Cocaine Nights. It was supposed to come out like 3 years ago, and I thought it came out. So it's just being reprinted by Keenspot. So, and we have more Invincible Battle Beast. There's a full edition coming out. There's a lot of stuff coming. Oh, already up, and then there's a lot of the reprints. But anyway,
Yeah.
we will go over to the trades coming out this week. A Vicious Circle is finally being collected. Remember that book series?
Oh, barely.
3 years ago? 4 years ago?
3? I thought it was 4.
Feels that way.
I feel like I was still married when the first issue came out.
Yes.
Is that Chuck Dixon Nightwing, though?
That's Danny O'Neill to Chuck Dixon, Scott McDaniel, who should not be drawing on the book whatsoever. Sorry.
Yeah, man, his style is it's like part of his legacy.
I was excited. I'm like, oh, it's a Nightwing, Chuck Dixon. And I'm like, oh no.
It's part of that era. It's
era.
I dig it. I don't hate it.
And we have Fantasy 4. I think that might be
That's Epic Collection.
Starlin, I think. I'm not sure.
That's where they had
Starlin Englehart.
Mhm.
Look at this one. Silver Surfer Omnibus hardcover.
Oh, that John Buscema cover.
I know, right?
Which
Then we have
one?
I know they're both. The one on the right, though, I like that too.
The one that says John Buscema.
But the one,
Thor one. The Thor one.
isn't the main one also John Buscema as well?
I think so.
Pretty
But
sure.
the
Yeah.
Thor one's the best.
Yeah, as I said, like
That's the best cover of all time.
Yeah, because you know what's going to happen. He's going to get a hammer to the face.
He's gonna get a dislocated finger.
Marvel Fanfare Omnibus. Isn't that cool? The original Marvel Fanfare has been collected in Omnibus for the first time.
It's not worthy of an omnibus.
I got the Black Widow stories, and that's all I wanted out of there.
I mean, they're good stories. I mean, the first 4 issues,
The Thing.
Spider-Man, the X-Men, the Savage Land, it's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And they're cool stories. But there's with one thing, it's like issue 5 and 6 is like Scarlet Witch and Spider-Man. Then there's just it's just random
The Thing has
basically
the one,
file stories.
this is the one that the Final Fantasy is the one that had the thing and the sunglasses or whatever. Like I think the Hawaiian shirt. I forget what it was, but
I don't know.
Vampirilla, Red Sonja, and Betty and Veronica.
Those were fun.
Nice.
Volume 2.
Mickey Mouse, Fantagraphics. There's a Mickey Mouse comic.
Fantagraphics, yeah. Yep.
Woo-hoo.
Oh boy. Come on, Blue. TMNT collection, best of
Exit City.
Yes. Yeah. Rick and Morty, Youth and Rick. Prairie Gods. Sonic Prime, IDW Publishing. And look, there's a collection of the Garfield books. Rival Schools official complete works.
Nice.
Udon's been doing a lot of the Street Fighter, and some other ones. Final Fight is what he did recently. It collected Justin Ducks from the Darkwing Duck. Another series has been okay. My Little Pony. Hey, look, Savage Dragon Archives. Only if they're archives before the weird stuff from Eric Larson.
I don't even care. I don't get the appeal of Savage Dragon. I don't know why people would be interested.
Wasn't he like the Luke Cage?
Cool.
The first 100 issues or so are really good, but then he just got weird.
He just looks like a knockoff Luke Cage.
No, there's it had a complicated backstory. It was very well thought out. It's just I don't think he cares about any of that now. He's just a perv.
Yeah,
but because he would use public domain characters from the 40s. Like he brought back the kids that basically kicked Daredevil out of his own book.
Yeah,
and he brought back I can't remember some other characters, and it was like I said. I can definitely recommend the first 100, and then after that, not so much. Now, couldn't pay me to read it.
I was looking to see if Joe had any connection to this at all through Maverick. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it just never really appealed to me because I said he maybe has some saw. You said the first issues were great, but he just. The feeling whenever they draw him, it just reminded me of he just seems like a Luke Cage.
The first time we found out exactly who he was, he had more in common with Nolan from Invincible.
Wow.
So that added another layer of interest to that character.
But that's gone.
But he had amnesia and didn't know he was a murderous piece of shit. And I think they might have done one storyline where he got his memory back, but he fought through it and became because he truly ended up being a good guy.
Created by the artist.
There's a couple of Superman Savage Dragon crossovers in the 90s that are worth reading.
So you guys ever read Nottingham?
Yes.
Prairie Dogs is a Twilight Zone meets Sin City with a Blee movie feel.
Sin City.
Featuring five self-contained stories of supernatural events in a small prairie town of Broad Acres. A champion race car driver has a high-speed duel with a devil. A seemingly immortal sheriff hunts a dangerous criminal. A soldier on the battlefield encounters a visitor from out of this world. A tour guide and a treasure hunter pursue a deadly myth into an abandoned mine. And a test pilot must escape a fiery crash and a very large, hungry wolf. Small town life just got a little stranger. $18. This is through Mad Cave.
Oh, interesting.
Shane Connery, Volk, and Becca Carey.
Nottingham was interesting. It's an acquired taste on the art, but the story was interesting.
So the guy does the cover art, but he also does the art and writing stories. So he writes 5 different stories. It's not an anthology. It's just him writing all the stories. That's what it looks like. That's cool. And it's self-contained. And that Exit City was another one I never heard of either. Man Cave has been putting out some good books. I mean, these might be some that you might want to check out. Some really indie ones. Mark London. Okay.
Mark London's writing that summer event crossover thing. So I asked Joe if he knew anything about him, and he said, "Pretty solid writer." I can't remember the name of the thing he's doing this summer though.
This
There's
summer.
an ad for it, but
Endless Night.
that might be.
May 12th. Because yeah, it starts there.
No, that's what?
Yeah.
That's yesterday.
Oh, maybe it comes out this week then. Oh no, never mind. Right here. Free Comic Book Day already came out. He had
Okay.
That's what it was.
Nah.
I guess it throws me off when I see these little dates on here because it's actually in the upper corner. So June 4th. Okay. Something to check out. But he's got David Sharp doing the lettering, Carl Mostert, and David Barron. It kind of looks like a little bit like a Nolan North mixed with a Bill Burr. Creepy.
Yeah.
In Exit City, there's a thin line between good and evil, and detectives McCormick and Miller are about to find out the hard way when they come to when they come to the scene of a brutal accident. It becomes clear that the Major Crimes Division was called in for a reason. With minimal evidence, McCormick and Miller must work together in a web of seedy criminals, genetic experiments, and a crooked government. But that's not the only thing standing in their way. McCormick is secretly a spice king. Sorry. He's hiding a secret that would make anyone question his capabilities. So, you know what? $18 for 88 pages? Ain't that bad. So, Exit City. Yep. So, alrighty then. That should be it, though. Adventures of Spawn complete collection.
Good, because they're next month there are 2 Atlas archives coming out in consecutive weeks.
Oh yeah.
At like $45 a pop.
Also, look at this. Night of Bloodhaven Compendium too. Green Lantern, Power and Will. That's the Jeremy Adams one. It's coming out. Yeah. Killing Joke and Other Stories. Dr. Fate. Wow.
That was a fun book.
Suicide Squad.
That was a fun book.
Nice.
Lazarus. What? Are they releasing? It's going to be re-released because I've already read the first one. It can't. Because Rucka had TDS and he broke down and couldn't finish the book. Yeah, the new series. So, in which he never even finished, which I'm so pissed. Do people even say anything about it? Speaking solicited ending and coming soon. Maybe. Okay. Wow. It's been. So maybe he's gonna actually finish the series if they're releasing it at their trade now for the previous series. Captain America. Hey, look, the Death and Return of Superman compendium. Didn't they already do the compendium?
No.
They just did that last year.
Not too long ago.
Yeah, an anniversary. Yeah, something like I guess. Silver Surfer. Wow, it's all for next week. Legion of Superheroes, Cursed Election, all of it's given. Oh, there you go. Here's a criminal. Wow. The Marcel verse has been collected. Yeah. All right, though. But that is it for this week, though. I want to thank everybody who's watching and who's just actually started.
Dave Asanowicz shows up as we're winding down.
I know, right? That's how it goes.
8 o'clock, Dave. Maybe it's 8 o'clock where he lives. I don't know.
He also thrown a lies. If you want puppets, said like I said, in June 6th is the return of the puppets, because they will be reviewing the final season of Resident Alien once it gets renewed again. Not to mention, there's some new shows coming out too as well. Puppets on Bosch.
Fallout Season 2 will be out before you know it.
That's the show I could remember. Yeah, that's coming out. Did you
And
see the trailer?
Spider-Man Noir.
I don't care about that. The Fallout.
Shut your mouth.
Did you see the Fallout trailer?
I did. They showed a trailer for that and Spider-Man Noir like the same day.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage as a black and white Spider-Man in the 20s? Yes. All of it. I want it all.
I didn't see the art. Hopefully it's the same kind of. Is it animation style like they did?
No, it's live action. See, you didn't even know.
Live action Nicolas Cage.
Chat.
It's live action Nicolas Cage.
And it's black and white. It's Spider-Man Noir.
How is he Spider-Man at 60-something years old?
It's a mask, dude. How was Pedro Pascal the Mandalorian? It's
so he's just doing the voiceover. So when they're gonna have different actors,
possibly.
Oh.
It looks really good. Go look at the trailer.
No, but if you want robots, Dave, Transformers, there's a new trade coming out this week as well, too, and a new issue with Megatron confronting Starscream. So, yeah, Starscream's gonna get his ass beat, or at least kicked by at least with one leg, because I don't. But anyway, I am looking forward to these books this week, and I hope you guys had fun watching this. For those who just tuned in, Dave watches on the replay. It's a short stream. And if you haven't done so, please click like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. If you want more comic good stuff, hop over to I Love Comics, give them a subscribe and a follow, whatever, He's so used to Twitch. And we're gonna be doing cover ranking on there tonight. I believe it's
George Perez.
George Perez, which I thought we did already.
George Perez 2-in-1 covers.
Oh, 2-in-1 covers. Okay. Yeah. All righty, kids. Autobots, roll out.